Hi, we're Skittles, and the question we chose to investigate is, as some countries' population starts to age, how does this affect the global business environment? I'm Georgia, and I'm going to be talking about Spain.
I'm Conor, we're talking about China.
I'm Jake, and I'll be talking about the UK.
I'm Arigona, and I'll be talking about Japan.
I'm Waldah, I'll be talking about Canada.
Okay, so the country I've chosen is China. An aging population has affected China in many different ways. Firstly, the current population in China sits at around 1.4 billion people. This makes it the highest populated country in the world. The average lifespan of a Chinese citizen is 75 years of age. So firstly, in the late 70s and early 80s, the Chinese government advocated a later, longer, fewer lifestyle. These terms included encouraging people to marry later, have wider gaps between children, and have fewer children overall. Secondly, with healthcare improving, life expectancies are increasing. By 2050, it is expected that for every 100 people aged between 20 and 64, 45 of those people will be aged 65 or over, compared with only around 15 today. One effect of China's ageing population is that the ageing labour force may make political rule more difficult, as of course the overall number of labourers to reduce, therefore less workers. Another effect of an ageing population is that it will force national reallocations of resources and priorities, as more funds will go into healthcare and pensions. This does mean, however, that the healthcare in China will continue to improve and develop due to the increase in funds. One of the major disadvantages to China's ageing population is their military. So China prides itself on having a strong military power. However, with an aging population, it is expected by 2020 China will have fewer people of military age, which will be a problem as given the importance of children, especially since couples are expected to produce less children, therefore in children that support their parents and grandparents, substantial casualties from wars or any natural disasters could produce significant social tension and instability.
According to Statistics Canada, estimates show that on July the 1st, 2015, for the first time, there were more people aged 65 years and older than children aged 0 to 14 years. Nearly 1 in 6 Canadians, 16.1%, a record of 5,780,900 Canadians, were at least 65 years old, compared with 5,749,400 children aged 0 to 14 years, 16%. Michael Gazer, who is the president of Heart of Home Mills, says Canada is rapidly reaching retirement age and that by 2021, 17.8% of the total Canadian population will be over 65. That's nearly 7 million people, and by 2041 the number is expected to rise to 9.7 million. The effects that this has had on the global environment and the country are that smaller population in the Atlantic Canada are aging faster than other regions, which adds to healthcare costs, which will put pressure on taxpayers. The aging of Canada's population will put upward pressure on wages as the pool of available workers shrinks, and global aging might over time lead to lower interest rates. Aging will also affect the potential of the economy, meaning the level of activity on which it can operate without inflationary pressures, and this is something the Bank of Canada will need to assess.
The UK has a growing trend of an ageing population and is expected to keep continuing. By 2040, the government predicts that 1 in 7 will be over the age of 75. One reason for this is the low fertility rates of the UK, which have been falling since 1964, from which when it was 2.93, but in 2014 it has decreased to 1.83. The UK's population is also ageing because of falling mortality rates, which means people are living for longer. The effect on this is that there is a bigger strain on healthcare services for the elderly, and it would also increase problems for the healthcare sector. In addition to this, there's a timeless effect of the baby boom, which was after World War II when people decided to settle and have more families. This has now led to the ageing population of the UK, and the old age support ratio is now decreasing from 3.21 in 2012 to 2.65 by 2041. This obviously has a strain on the economic active in the UK. So the UK tries to use a technocratic approach to solve this problem. This means that the government gets involved and can use tactics such as immigration, raising taxes and increasing the retirement age to try and deal with the problem. The importance of this is because an ageing population will affect the UK's labour market and their ability to trade with other countries, as well as limit investment from outside countries and companies.
Okay, so I'm talking about Japan, and Japan has a population of 127 million people and a life expectancy of 83.1 years.
Their dependency ratio is predicted to increase to 70% by 2050 from being 30% in 2005. And 35% of Japanese people are over 65 years of age. The aging population has had many effects, such as social welfare, public health charges may increase, putting pressure on taxpayers, and so people would be spending less on luxuries and other goods and services, and so resulting in businesses making less profit. This could also cause a shortage of workers, and those who are working may ask for their wages to be increased, leading to inflation. Also, the sectors in the market may have to change to suit the older population, so the new goods and services would be made especially for them. And this can also result in people being not motivated to invest in businesses, which could limit growth and productivity for businesses. However, having less young people may save the government money, as they would not have to pay for as much education, especially because young people don't pay any or very little amount of taxes.
Spain has a population of 46.5 million, which is a 16.2 million increase since 1960. Over the last 20 years, the birth rate has halved from 20.1 per thousand in 1970 versus 10.3 thousand in 1990. It has the second highest life expectancy in the world with an average of 83.2 years. The effect on the global economy is that the rise in dependency rates, which is money spent on pensions, state-funded homes and healthcare, cannot be spent on industry development. There is a 28.3% dependency rate in Spain, and in 2010 the government paid out 82 billion in pensions alone. In January 2011, the government, employers and trade unions agreed on a series of reforms that would increase the retirement age by 2 years from 65 to 67, which will come into effect in 2027. However, until then it will continue giving out more money in pensions and healthcare as the population will continue to rise. In terms of immigration, as of 2016 there are over 4.418898 million foreign-born people in Spain, which is over 10.2% of its total population. However, the influx of immigrants mean that businesses can produce more and so sell more domestically and internationally, generating more trade and more money for many countries, mainly in the EU. Trading with the EU, with larger older populations, skill sets such as bricklayers and farmers, etc. are harder to come across. There's not much room for development and advance in skill set, as older people are more stuck in their ways and prefer a traditional way of doing things. Working longer as the retirement age is set to rise means that they may not have what the European market desires. For example, oranges and lemons, which Spain is famous for, as people do not have the ability to farm them, and so trade may leave Spain and therefore negatively affect the Spanish economy and move on to other areas of the EU.
Based on all our research, we conclude that there is